Alright, stop messing about. We all want to get rich in 2024. That's just the top and bottom of it, isn't it? Like, we all want to get rich. There's no point denying it. That is what we want to do. And the reason for that is so we can buy a tripod for our cameras. Well, whatever your reason is to actually make money. Treat your family, retire them, fly private, spend it all on shoes, or just go on an absolute mad one in a casino. Like, whatever your reason is for making money, then cool, great. Let's talk about this today. There's actually so many ways in which you can do this. You probably know, you Google or you YouTube how to make money, how to get rich, and there's 15 billion different ways to do so. Dropshipping, I can't think of any others. Dropshipping, like trading, agency owner, even like offline stuff, working jobs. Like, we all want to get rich, and there's about a million ways to get there. So what do we do? How do we not only choose the right one, but how do we actually make progress in that? Because I see so many people, and I did this myself. I tried so many different things a few years ago. I was trying to sell ebooks, coaching, agency work, like merch, all of this sort of stuff. And I managed to get to level 1 in 10 different areas, as opposed to what I'm going to teach you how to do today, which is get to level 100 in one area, which is just how you actually get rich. You don't get rich at level 1, you get rich at level 100. So that's what I'm going to cover today. And I'm not going to go through the business models. I'm going to go through something much more fundamental, much more valuable to you, as opposed to just saying, oh, this business model does this business model. You can find that other shit somewhere else. But as someone who has made a lot of progress, income, freedom, lifestyle-wise, mindset-wise, I feel that what I'm going to teach you today, these 3 things, that if you implement into your life, you will get rich in 2024. I've absolutely zero doubt about this. This is something that I talk a lot with my one-on-one mentorship clients, which, if you're wanting to get in, I'm reopening spots in 2024. So this will come out New Year's Eve. So tomorrow you can apply. Drop me a message on Instagram. Just say Dior. All right. And no, my link will be down there. But anyway, this is something that I talk about to my mentorship clients, like these 3 things that you need, like whatever realm of online business models that they're in, this works. And it's essentially, you've got to have a rich mindset before you become rich. Like, the rich mindset is the stepping stone to becoming rich. Now, the reason for this is that you need to become worthy, and obviously it all starts from within. You need to become worthy of the person who can become rich, okay? And that starts with the mind. So what does a rich mindset look like? It comes down to 3 things. This is what I've learned from not only my own growth, but from speaking to people who are doing multi-6 figures a month, like they're doing big numbers. And this is one thing that I've always found as a commonality between all of them, all right? And the first one is maybe the hardest to encompass when you're first getting started, and it's an abundance mindset. Now, we all think, yeah, abundance is great, but the reality of it is much more difficult to live in, especially when you are in a position where money is tight, or freedom is tight, or time is tight. How do you get that abundance mindset? Now, I was once in such a scarcity mindset. I was wanting to get rich. I was working on all my things. However, I thought, oh God, I've got Netflix coming out. I've got this subscription. I've got this subscription. Maybe if I start cancelling these, then I'll get rich. I save myself maybe $50 a month. And I'm like, oh yeah, well done, Bill. You did a great job. But that was such a scarcity mindset that just by cancelling them, I was already saying to myself, oh shit, that $50 a month is a lot, like you need to save that. I was already putting myself from an abundance mindset to a scarcity mindset. And whenever you make these decisions, you are already like taking 10 steps backwards. So whenever you go to a restaurant and you see a really nice steak that you really want, but you're like, oh, I'll just go for a chicken sandwich because it's half the price. When you want that steak and you say, oh no, I'm not worthy of that, I can't afford it, whatever it is, and you go for the chicken sandwich, you're already ingraining in yourself that you're not trusting yourself to be able to make that money back. And this is such an important lesson, and we'll get onto it a bit more on the next step to this rich mindset. But whenever you make that decision of like, oh no, I better hold on to my money, I need to keep it tight, I need to be like this, not share it, not let go of any money, that's just saying that you aren't trusting yourself, you're not trusting your future to be able to make more of it, okay? And that's such an important thing. So whenever something happens or you're in a situation like this, you need to understand that money flows freely. Think about all the money that is out there in the world that's constantly being changed hands. Like there's so much of it out there that you can easily make 10 million a month and the market would barely notice. Like there's still money going back and forth. You just need to be able to direct all of that money into your pocket by adding value to the market. Like one example of this was I was walking back from the shopping mall. I'd just done some shopping, and you know when you get those people who are like asking for money for charity, blah blah blah. So I bumped into one of them, started chatting to her, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got 1,000 baht in my pocket. I had a few thousand baht in my pocket. Oh, I'll give her 1,000. I was thinking, oh, they probably normally get like maybe a few hundred here and there. 1,000, that would be a nice thing. 1,000 baht is around £23, maybe $30, I'd say. So I was chatting and she was like, oh, would you like to donate? I was like, yeah, definitely. I started to pull out 1,000 and she pulls out this sheet about the packages, and the packages started, like the bottom one was 3,000 and upwards. And I was like, oh shit, I thought I was going to be really generous there. And then I was like, oh, 3,000, that's like 80 or 70 pounds, maybe like $90. I was like, oh, it's a lot of money to give to charity. But then I was like, instantly caught myself on it and was like, no, why would I be saying that? So I gave her 4,000, which is close to like £100, $120 ish. So I gave her the 4,000 baht, I gave her the money, and was like, cool, have a fantastic day, all the best. And then there was a bit of me thinking, it's a lot of money just to give to charity on a one-off, but doesn't matter, I know it'll come back. And literally, this is no word of a lie, less than 2 minutes walking along after giving her the money, I got a Stripe notification that another £400 came in. And it's just proof that when you give, you get. Like, it's that any action has an equal and opposite reaction. You give money, you get money. If you're happy to spend money, if you're happy to invest in yourself, then other people are happy to invest in you. It's the exact same philosophy. You need to have this abundance mindset. Don't be afraid of giving to charity or buying something nice for yourself or treating yourself to a steak. If you really want that steak, then always just go get it. So that's the abundance mindset. The second one, which I touched on fairly briefly, is trusting yourself. Now, trusting yourself is something that I see linked very closely with the scarcity mindset. People don't trust themselves to be able to make that money back if they give it, if they spend it, give it to charity, whatever it is. They don't trust themselves to make that money back. And it goes way further than just money. It's like they don't trust themselves to be able to create the life that they want, whether that's just moving abroad, starting a business, starting a personal brand. A lot of people are scared to make that first step because they're like, oh, I think I'm going to fail at it. And they're already putting themselves in this like broke scarcity mindset before they've even taken any action, and like they haven't even failed at anything yet. It's like even before they get to the starting line, they're already going home and giving up. So an example of this is I moved to Thailand when I moved here 2022, yeah, February 2022, I had two agency clients, small ones, paying me a total of £900 a month. I had about £600 in my bank account. Now you can tell this already is not a lot of money. To say that a lot of guys that are moving here have like 5k, 10k in the bank just as a buffer. I had £600 and then £900 a month coming in, and I was going to a brand new country. I didn't know anyone, moved by myself, didn't know the language. I just had a one-way ticket and this belief in myself that I would make it work, and I did. I figured out what I was going to do, how to make money, how to grow my income. I met some amazing people, like I met my business partner now, Jack Hopkins, and we've grown something awesome. Like we now run a company that does like often 6 figures a month. So I trusted myself, and me and Jack have always been on the exact same wavelength with this. Whatever we do, whether we're launching a new offer, starting a new personal brand, going down a new route, we always trust ourselves that we'll work it out. Like we might not see success right away, but we always trust ourselves that things will go well, that we'll figure it out. Even if things don't go well, we'll bounce back even better. Always need to have this trust in yourself, and this trust stems from this confidence that you build up by getting points on the board. Okay, so a lot of these stuff is like following through when you say you do something, and this is something that I've learned quite hard this year, or I've really drilled into myself this year, and it's keeping the promises that you make to yourself. Now I do cold showers every single morning now. I'm not one of those like, oh, it's so good for you. I literally do it because I promised myself I would do cold showers every morning. I don't care about all the other stuff. I just made a promise to myself, and I'm keeping that promise. We speak about this a lot. If you had a friend who was constantly breaking promises to you, you wouldn't be hanging around with that friend for much longer, would you? They'd piss you off. You'd always be like, oh, this guy's a fucking joke. Like he says stuff and never follows through. Think about that. Think about that if you're doing that to yourself day in, day out. If you're saying, yeah, I'll go for a run tomorrow, and then you never do. Or yeah, I'll do this workout, and then you cut it halfway short. Or yeah, I'll be posting my first YouTube video today, and then it's been 3 weeks and you've still not posted anything. You would immediately get rid of that friend from your circle if they were constantly breaking those promises to you. So why would you accept this level of behavior for yourself, which is vastly more important? You need to start making promises and start keeping promises to yourself, and over time you will build that trust. You will be like, yeah, we'll go for a run tomorrow, because every other time that I've said that, I've followed through. All of this, running, gym, creating content, starting a business, moving abroad, whatever it is, even just saying like, oh, that girl's beautiful over there, I'm gonna go talk to her, and then you don't, it's like, it's just reinforcing that thing of like, oh, I'm a pussy, oh, I don't stick to my word, oh, I can't trust myself to do things that I say I want to do. You always need to keep that promise to yourself. That's so important, and it creates over time an unbreakable self-image. So when you go into new ventures, new projects, new content, new offers, you have this confidence of like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do this. All right. So that's the second part, trusting yourself. So we've done abundance mindset, trusting yourself, and the third one is becoming valuable. Now, I've been running one-to-one calls recently about guys who want to make huge transformations in 2024, and a lot of them are saying, yeah, I want to make X amount per month, I want to make this much money, I want to have this much cash by next year. And a lot of it is like, I want to take from the market, I want to get this, I want to grab that, I want to have this, I want to have this. No one is focused on what actually matters, which is what can you give to the market. If you're thinking, I want to make 50 grand a month, how can you give 50 grand a month's worth of value to the market? So a lot of the stuff that people go wrong, and mate, I did the exact same. I was always like, yeah, I want this amount of money, I want this watch, I want this car, I want this. But then I didn't focus on myself in order to become the value necessary to get given those things, which is why I never got given them. The universe said, no, Bill, you're not worthy of these. You might want them, but you haven't done anything to improve yourself, your skills, your market value in order to, like, what's the word? Yeah, in order to be worthy of being given them. So focus on what you can give to the market. Now, a lot of this will come down to your skills, your traits. Maybe you have a big audience, but you're just a bit of a clown. Like, you're not adding any value, you're not changing any lives. So why should your life be changed? Why should you be worthy of all the things that you want if you're not giving equal, if not more, back to the market? That's another huge thing to think about. Whenever you're setting goals, you need to think, how can I become valuable enough to hit those goals? So have a think about that. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, oh, I don't want to give that money to charity, or no, I won't go for the ribeye, I'll just go for the cheaper cut, even though ribeye is my favorite. Whenever you find yourself thinking, no, I know I said I'd go for a run, but I can't really be bothered, I'm tired, my legs hurt, or even like with the becoming valuable, if you're setting goals on how to make so much money, but then not following it up with, oh, I need to achieve this, I need to do this, I need to do this in order to get there, then you're going wrong. This is why you didn't get rich in 2023, and this is the exact reason you're watching this video. Forget about the strategies, forget about the business models for now. Focus on these three things and the results will come. I'm such a big advocate for this because it's worked so well for me and so many people that I've not only worked with one-on-one, but that I've just spoken to. Like, as soon as you become abundant in your mindset, as soon as you trust yourself, as soon as you become valuable in the marketplace, you just open up so many more doors and just money flows to you. When you can become your best self, that's inspiring. That's inspiring. You operate at not only a much higher level, but people want to become their best self too. So they come to you and they're like, oh shit, how did you do that? And that's when you get all the opportunities. That's when you're like, yeah, man, let's work together. I can help you do this. That's when you create a course or coaching or info products, whatever it is. So think about those three things. Always have them on the top of your mind. Abundance mindset, trusting yourself, and how to become more valuable in the market. So I hope you've liked this video. If you're not subscribing, then you are a dork. So change that. And I'll see you in the next one.